most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi folks, Mike Keenitz, physical therapist assistant.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
And together we're the most famous physical therapy team on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob. Mike. Bob has got the day off today. We have the opportunity and the pleasure to have Mike join us, and we're going to have an excellent presentation on advanced stroke exercises for the arm, the hand, and for overhead work. And this is for at-home rehab for the Craftsman, someone who's been very active with their arms and hand with tools. This is going to help them get back to work.
Yes, before that, make sure to check us out on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If you want a short version of us, go to Instagram and Twitter, and go to bobandbrad.com to find more about our giveaway.
As well as
Facebook. It'll be pinned to the top of the page.
There you go. Outstanding work.
This week's giveaway is the Bob and Brad massage gun. This thing's strong.
Yeah, it is a nice gun. I use mine daily on a regular basis. We really enjoy it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have put our name on it. All right, enough of that.
Okay.
We're talking about... Now, this video, I got to be honest with you, Mike. This video is for a friend of mine. He's a contractor, and he's done work on my house, and he was supposed to do some work on my house this year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he had a stroke.
Oh.
So obviously, we're putting that work on hold. But he's recovering well, and so I thought, let's do a video for him as well. I'm sure there's thousands of other people who've had a stroke and they're at the point where you can walk.
Yeah.
Without a cane, fairly stable. And oftentimes the arm, I think you'll agree with this, the arm comes back a little slower than the leg.
Yep.
And in this case it is. So this video would be for you. It could be a traumatic brain injury, but the one side, the arm, you need at least 50% strength. So you're moving it, but not full strength, and things are clumsy yet.
Yep.
Okay. As well as range of motion, you need to be able to get it up. Even if you help with the other hand once it's up there. If you're about that position, this would be a good video for you to get more advanced rehab and exercises.
On those fine-tuning motor skills, your gross motor skills are probably there usually.
Right.
At this point, but your fine-tuning finger stuff.
Right. Maybe you can start to write a little bit, make some circles, that kind of thing. Okay, so first of all, you can actually start this as a whole program. It'll take about 15 minutes, depending on if you want to do things a little more, you'll spend more time on it. One warning, though, when we start to get to using the hand tools, this is the biggest thing with a therapist. You start giving someone the leeway, and they want to start running before they walk. Yep. In other words, get the tools out, put the drill in it, and go to work. And so that's a big no-no.
Start with the drills before the saws. No saws.
Yes, absolutely. It's like when someone wants to get to driving.
Yeah.
It's like, no. You might
steps.
be able to do it, but you need to get to point B first.
Yep.
Or point A, whatever it is. So do what we do here. Don't put a drill in and start drilling holes, etc. We're just practicing getting all of our safety motor control skills honed down. Okay, so warm up. There we go. This is just something to warm up. In a seated chair, you're going to take your hands like this, try and get out like this. Yeah, you want to do a profile? Thank you. You could stand with this, but I'd prefer sitting. Why don't you pull the chair over and have a seat while you do it, Bob?
I'll do that way.
Mike.
Bob!
Sorry. Boy, it's only
habit, huh?
9 years of a habit there. So you can do 5 to 10 of these, but it's important that you pull the shoulders back, good posture, and breathe in. Get those lungs expanded. Going to wake yourself up.
Well, these wake me up.
Oh, absolutely. They're wonderful. They're W's. W is for win. W is for Wisconsin.
For Winona?
Oh, there you go. Okay, the next one, hand. Okay, yep, you can do this and extend the fingers, or you can do it however you'd like. What I'm doing here, or pull the fingers back, get the hand and the wrist extended. That's this direction. Do that about 5 to 10 repetitions, and then also make a full fist. If you're having problems with that, you can take the other hand and stretch it this way. Simple warm up. This whole thing should take you about a minute or so. Okay.
Do you want to show the other one?
Oh, good idea. Hands together. and up like this, just like Mike's doing.
So use your stronger arm to help the weak arm up if you're having issues with your range of motion yet.
Right. If you're good enough to do it without your hands together or just touching or like this, boy, that's great. Go ahead. Even if your weak one doesn't go quite as far. If it doesn't go above 90 degrees, put them together, help it out.
Oh.
All right. Now, I want to start with, we talked about overhead activity. Now, again, you're able to walk without a cane, but probably not out in the yard yet.
No.
On a flat surface. So that means you'd be ready for this. We need to get that arm up overhead for overhead work. This is a nice way to get into that. Mike's going to demonstrate this for us against the wall. Now, this works best with a bigger ball, but you can use a smaller ball too. Just bear with us and you'll see what I'm talking about.
There's a bear?
Bear.
All right.
Why, Mike? This is like working with Bob.
Well, good.
Both hands first.
Oh, both hands first.
So he's got nice posture, good tall posture. Now the strong arm, okay, let's say the wrist hand is the weak side. The right hand is helping.
It'd probably look more like this, and your right arm would take over.
Yep. And you're going to bear some weight into the wall because that's going to help the muscles in the rotator cuff and the shoulder girdle contract. There, you can squish that ball a little bit and then do that 5 or 10 times. And then once you get it up as high as you can, you can start right to left at a low level or at a top and go right to left.
You can even work your way up, I guess, if you're able to do that.
What happened to that small ball? Okay.
It flew way over there.
Yep. Now, when that feels comfortable, it's too easy. Then go to the small ball. Oh, I take that back.
Go one hand.
Yep, one hand. Then just the weak hand and see if you can do that.
This is my affected side. I'm just going to try to go up. You may be able to get to here. That's fine. Just do what you can. Try to go up. If you get closer to the wall, you can typically go a little higher. Your hand doesn't have to remain on the ball.
If you do not feel steady with this, do not do it or have someone hold on to your belt or be here to help. We don't want to have any risk for falls. If you're not 100% steady, don't do it or have someone
help you with it.
Yeah, an able-bodied person. Now, you can, if you don't have a big ball, you can use a small ball, but it's really hard to do two hands.
Yeah, it's kind of a little awkward.
But you may be at the point where you can just start with a small ball and work it up like that.
It also kind of goes more on your forearm with the small ball. That's fine if you want to go that way. You can also start doing side to sides. You can also start doing circles.
Yeah, that's a little more challenging.
It's important to try to keep your arm as straight as possible. Try not to have it so flexed in.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you work it more.
Good point. All right. Now we're going to go to the fine motor skills.
Okay.
All right. You want to grab your chair, Mike?
Yep.
Get your claw hammer out. Be a ball peen hammer. Doesn't matter. Get a hammer out because we're going to use that for strengthening as well as just getting used to working with your tools again. So sit at a chair, at a table with your forearm on the table, and we're going to start supinating.
Pronating and supinating.
There you go.
Start in the middle like this because the lever arm will be shorter. It'll be easier to do. You want it harder, grab it on the end.
There you go.
Just don't clunk yourself in the leg with it.
We have it stabilize the forearm on the table because that isolates to the wrist muscles and the wrist range of motion. So that's a good thing.
I could start cheating up here and working my shoulder into it like this. So
Good.
Keep it on a firm surface of sorts, whatever works for you.
Good point, Mike.
And then next we have radial and ulnar deviation. So that's kind of like hitting a hammer down, hitting the nail on the head.
Very functional.
And again, you could start more middle. Well, I guess you could start so far middle for the handle to go down.
And you can start with your smaller hammer. I don't remember. I'm not a carpenter. There's a 12 ounce or 16 ounce and work up to the larger. You'll know because if you have different size hammers.
If you have trouble holding on to the hammer, maybe start with a really light one and get your feet out of the way.
Yeah. And
so
you
don't drop it on your foot.
Right.
Now. Or start with a rubber mallet, maybe.
Yeah, and don't do it over a tile floor because if you drop it, you know what's going to happen there. Now, the next thing I want to get into is a little more finer motor skills using the drills, the cordless drills, which are so popular now. These are mine from home. But I want to have a warning caution here is you may experience some frustration. You may find that you can't hold on to the hammer, or when you start working with the drills, something that you've done over and over and over, you don't have to think about it, now is going to take a lot of thought process. And things aren't working. The hand is not listening to you. Be cautious. Take your time. Be patient. You may have to just stop. Come back tomorrow, the next day.
Yeah.
Don't get so mad that you're frustrated with yourself. These things take time.
Use both hands to start. Brad will kind of show. Use your good hand to help the bad hand out. Don't just do it all with your good hand, because you want to train your weak side to start working again.
Exactly. Good point. So I've got my cordless drill and then my impact. This one weighs more than this one. Plus I have the battery on this. So take the lighter one and just start passing it from one hand to the other. Right and left. You're going to find that clumsy hand is going to, fumble around a little bit possibly, but that's okay. This is all practice. Back and forth, back and forth.
That is a different way to do it.
Yep.
I guess if you're really clumsy, you can try this with a little light dumbbell first, but...
Yep. And then you're going to work on, see how high you can lift it. Now, you're already warmed up from the ball up the wall. You might get up to here. If you can't get up, take the other hand and give it a little assistance. And down. Up and down. And if you're only going this far and you're not strong enough yet, don't worry about it. Skip this part. Also go out to the side. Typically, this is going to go better than out to here. It's just normal. Most people are much stronger straight in front of you. Work those, and all these are going to do 5 to 10 repetitions.
5 to 10 repetitions of, what do you call these, drill raises?
Yep, drill raises. It's a very functional way in which people are going to use these tools. Okay, now the next thing is, can I have that one, Mike?
Sure.
Is trigger control. I've put some orange tape on the chuck. With the rotation, you can see it visually with the camera. You don't have to do that at home unless you want to. But can you turn it on and off at your command very confidently? On, off, without stumbling around. Once you get that, then can you control RPM? Slow, faster, hold, and then let it off, slow. And you'll know that the importance of that.
Yeah.
So work with that until you feel very confident. And then also this is a little bit finer skill. Can you get the battery in and out?
Yeah, that's a pinch grip and a sliding and a moving all at once.
Right.
That's kind of a lot of combinations.
So this is my good hand. So this is not going to be a problem, but you still have to control with your weak hand. If my right hand is the weak one, if that is easy, switch it around and then do it with involve the weak hand, and that's going to be a big difference. You got, like Mike said, pinch, pull out, and you're might be fumbling with this, but take your time. If you drop it, don't worry about it. Get an old battery.
This would be a good video for all the OTs in the clinic working with those grumpy old guys that don't want to play with your toys.
Mike, we're going to get people mad at us.
We're just helping them.
All right. Now, as we do this is finer and finer motor skills. So what we're going to do, can I have that one?
Sure.
You take the impact that just has a quick disconnect thing. Take the extension, the long one. If you have a longer one, it's easier to work with, and see if you can get that in and out. Again, you have your own way to do this from the past. You're probably going to have to modify to make things work with the weak hand. And now we're working fine motor skills. This is going to be a little different. This is getting more and more difficult, the finer motor skills that you have.
Honestly, me doing this with my left hand, my non-dominant, trying to get these small drill bits out is kind of hard.
Right. And
so just coordinating that for a normal person isn't easy.
Well, yeah, this is a new set, and they come in and out pretty hard. So work with that. Continue to work with this until you feel comfortable. Again, you're not going to start using these in practice, drilling holes, putting in nuts or whatever, until you feel confident and you've mastered all this.
You should have someone supervising you while you're doing this.
Yeah, we need to be safe because, again, people always like to get into the run mode before you can walk. So be careful, be safe, and don't overdo it. Good luck with your rehab. And Chris, we're going to see you soon.
See you soon. He will. I don't know Chris.